I went to preschool in Brooklyn, and my school valued giving students the opportunity to discover things on their own. So I remember my teachers would kind of give me and my friends an activity, and then they'd leave us, and we'd kind of have to figure it out on our own. I'm more interested in humanities courses because I find that as opposed to a math or a science course, I can kind of find my way to my own answer instead of being told what the answer is by my teacher or professor. And I feel like that is a result of when I was in preschool, the teachers would kind of leave me to figure it out on my own.
So I went to a Montessori preschool, and it was very self-directed, and the focus was mainly on completing small, concentrated tasks. So there were stations set up around the room that had things like braiding strings or cleaning a shoe or making crafts or whatever, and we could just sort of walk around as we pleased and do the activities that we wanted to do. Okay, I think I'm very self-directed when it comes to my work. I also think that I prefer to quietly focus on a task that I'm working on rather than work in large groups. The teachers that I had in preschool, since it was a very quiet, sort of like focused environment, there was a lot of care given to each of the children and like a lot of care to their specific needs, which was really helpful for me to develop the strengths that I had as a child academically.
We had like different types of workstations. I remember we had like the sandbox in the room. We also had a dress-up corner and would often like all play, just play different dress-up and like role-playing games. One actually like really vivid memory I have from pre-K was me dressing up as a bride and this other boy dressing up as the groom, and we fully played house, and I just like fully think that's informed so much of my queer identity, and I don't know why. I guess in pre-K, because it was so hands-on, it was a lot about like using the resources and like the tools that were kind of at your disposal. So I think like that's kind of what I do. It's like I just grab onto whatever I can grab onto in order to like accomplish the task that's like being presented, even if I don't necessarily like fully understand that thing, because it feels like at least if I get to the end goal, maybe I can re-reflect and like see those moments. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of retrospection that I do, which might be bad.
Most of the kids were from only a couple blocks away from the preschool, and a lot of our activities were around art and community building, and I feel like a lot of the crafts were also about nature and finding things in our environment. I think that in preschool, a lot of the ways that we were encouraged to work were through positive reinforcement. So I think a lot of the way that I feel motivated now is through like positive feedback. In particular, like arts classes, I feel like if I'm doing well in an art class, I feel more motivated and more creative, and just happier to be in that class and work in that environment.